welcome back to Rock Salt Newscast Experience. That was Where I Stand from No Lost Cause. And again, we still have Rob on the Zoom call. Yeah, there's our studio audience right
We
there.
got to make him feel at home, right?
Yeah. So how's the weather in Orlando today?
Stormy, rainy.
Oh, is it? Well, you guys got
Yeah, yeah.
hurricane or something going on out there, don't you?
They're talking about some kind of a depression, I guess, that was supposed to pop up possibly this weekend. So that's probably all we got going right now. But yeah, it's gloomy out for the moment.
Oh, well,
And always humid.
yeah, always humid.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, our state's on fire. So
It's
you
always
know,
hot and dry.
yeah, our state's on fire.
There's actually people running out of water out here.
Yeah. We wish we had a
Oh
storm.
my gosh.
Yeah, they're running out of water.
Man,
Their wells are running dry. So
uh,
it's unfortunate.
not good.
No, it's not good. All right, so Aaron, what else has no lost cause? Because you've been talking with Rob. Help me out here.
Well, he's got a couple side projects that he's talked about before, little heavy metal, kind of new metal type stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When can we expect that to be on Spotify or be on album?
I hope to have a single out probably in the next month or two. But as for like a full like EP or a full album, probably not till I would guess probably spring 2022, something like that.
All right. Well, have you found that it's been well, I guess this is a bad question for Florida because you guys were never really locked down, were you, through COVID?
Well, that's a funny story. We started out in Jersey, we moved to Florida, then we missed it, and we moved back to New Jersey right before the lockdowns hit. And so we were locked down in New Jersey, and I had job offers up there, and they froze up completely. And so we came back down to Florida because I still had offers here. And, you know,
I
that's how we got where we are now.
well, I have this I don't know theory, and I've been proven wrong so far. But my theory was all through the lockdowns and everything. I said I think we're going to see some of the worst music just come out of this because there's no inspiration. There's nothing to go do. You can't go to shows. You can't go to movies. Can't do anything. And I was like,
Hmm.
I think we're just going to get some of the worst music ever. And I've been proven wrong with like No Lost Cause and Saving Jackie and Vector. And I mean, they're coming out with these great albums. So, did you find it difficult to be inspired during the lockdowns and during this COVID era?
Not so much. I guess a little bit. I can see how it can work both ways. I mean, yeah, it can totally get you down, not being able to go anywhere and all that kind of thing. But you also have you can always hold on to hope, and strength in kind of the face of adversity and everything like that. So you got both sides of the coin, I think. I've heard both great and really terrible music put out during this period.
You want to name names?
Nobody specific.
I'll name a name, and Aaron disagrees with me on this. I'll name a name: The Struts. Their album during the COVID era, I thought was horrible, horrible.
Yeah, I didn't get to hear it yet.
You're not missing
I
much.
somehow missed that one.
You're not missing much.
Huh.
Came out in 2020.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Ugh.
didn't think it was that great. But uh, like I said, some of these other bands are just killing it, coming out with great stuff. And I got into this lull on Spotify where it was like, music just isn't interesting to me right now. There's nothing that's striking me. And then like within the last month, Aaron kicked over the new No Lost Cause, the Saving Jackie, Reborn. These are all bands that we've had on, but you guys are turning out great stuff. And
Mhm.
uh, I, I have I have high hopes, I should say, high hopes for all of you guys.
So you haven't.
He froze up. His camera froze. There he is.
There he is. Okay.
I don't know if he heard
It
it.
stopped for a second. Yeah,
I don't know if you heard everything I
I
said.
did.
So what's the song you're going to be releasing with Ruled Out?
Yet to be determined at this point.
Okay.
Still
The
kind of working on that one.
so the name of the band, the side project. That
Yeah.
now you said it's kind of a mashup of different genres, but is it going to be like more new metal or more punk or what would you
More hard rock than anything else.
more hard rock like
Yeah.
style hard rock or Foo Fighters type of stuff or I'm just trying to
More like Seven Dust.
oh Seven Dust nice oh that
Yeah, that kind of.
It will be.
yeah we saw Seven Dust with Skillet man what a great I've seen them
They're great.
oh they are so great have you seen them
Yeah, yeah,
yeah they're
yeah. Plenty of times. They're one of my favorites.
um, yeah now I'm really looking forward to it Rob can you just like as soon as you get something just email it to me
Yeah.
and
Oh, definitely, definitely.
yeah. And now, are you doing that one by yourself, or are you? Do you have a band together for it? Because I mean, nowadays you don't even need a full band. You can do everything by yourself from your bathroom, just like we do this
Yeah,
podcast in my living room. Do you have a band?
yeah. It's just me.
It's just you.
Yeah, yeah. What I do is I record, the basses, the bass, the guitars, the vocals, and I work with. I'll send the tracks off to Dango Sellen. He's the drummer for Amber Pacific. Right now, he goes on tour with Scott Stapp.
Oh, wow.
He fills in for a lot of bands. He's a phenomenal drummer, but he's done all the No Lost Cause stuff, and he's done a lot of hard rock too, obviously. So he'll definitely be the guy to go for this as well.
Oh, nice. This sounds like a bit of a super group, I guess. I mean, you get the drummer from that plays with Scott Stapp, and then there's you, and I mean, it sounds like it's really coming together, is what I'm getting at. And
Yeah, yeah. It should be once I get everything all set in terms of the writing and such. I think it'll go pretty quick.
well, it's the right ingredients that go into the stew, right? It's
Yeah.
one after the other, and once again, throwing back to our last conversation, I know I've said this a million times, but uh, God brings everything together in its own time and the way it's supposed to be. And it sounds like he's kind of throwing a little bit of parsley in here and some oregano in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's the way he's leading you, or are you just kind of sitting back and letting things happen, or are you kind of directing it, or is he directing it for you?
Ever since I came to know the Lord, it's always been about my biggest, I guess, passions have been for people and for music, and so I try to combine the two. And for me, music is just it's a tool or a vessel for the message that you want to send out, kind of. So I think it's a very important tool. I mean, who doesn't? Most people I know listen to music, love music, and there's one style for one person, one style for another, because it's all really subjective. So I think anybody that enjoys making music, make whatever kind of music you like, but also make sure that you're trying to inject some kind of hope, some kind of a message in there that's going to help people, give them some encouragement.
Yeah. You said music really is all subjective. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? I like
Yeah.
Carly Rae Jepsen's "Call Me Maybe," So that's my guilty pleasure. You know, is it
There you
good?
go.
No, I call it pop dribble, but I don't know. I like it. I turn it up in the car and I sing along. So, um,
And I want to go here. Watching your videos on Instagram, you have a little guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, is it that son, nephew?
yeah. It's my son.
It's your son. Okay,
That's Josh.
kid he found in the park.
yeah. Come on, man.
You're right.
It's great watching him on dance a little bit, or whatever. I'm sure you've influenced him through the music you listen to. Does he get
Yeah,
into ska and metal and all that?
he's getting there.
That's getting there. How old is he?
Yeah, yeah. He thinks it's okay. I think. I don't think he's as crazy into it as you would expect.
How old is he?
11.
Oh, he's 11. All right. You still got
Yeah.
time to mold him.
Yep.
You still got
He
time to
wants to
mold
learn
him.
guitar. He's been picking up an acoustic that we've had for a while. He's been messing with that quite a bit. So
Oh, nice.
I'm going to teach him a bit on that.
Yeah, now's the time. You know that. Because
Oh yeah, for sure.
I tried learning in my 40s and it was over. I was like,
Never too late, man.
they're hanging on my wall. I pick them up every once in a while. I'm not good. Um, wishing I started when I was 12, Aaron. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I think he grows up a music fan because, I got my young son. He's going to a aftershock here in Sacramento, big music festival with me, and he's my music uh, kid. Always listening to music.
Nice, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. I found that there's like two types of people in the world. There's music people like the three of us that like are just totally in it, kind of live it type of thing. And then there's sports people that are totally in it and live it. And there's a few, but not many that are both. But well, you're both, Aaron. You do both.
Oh yes.
But I'm a total music person, and I just like sports. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but um, you strike me as a total music person. Am I right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I think it depends, where you want to put your time, I suppose. And I just prefer to put my time into music myself. I mean, I can totally see both people having both and making time for each. But for me personally, I just chose to throw everything I had into the music side of things.
Right. So when you're uh, uh, when you're sitting at home with your son, and are you like trying to steer him towards the music, or is he just walking in, kind of like, "Hey, Dad's doing this, and it's cool, and maybe I'll check it out too."
Yeah, sometimes it's funny. A lot of times, I think he's still in that phase. A lot of times where he wants to kind of do what he sees his dad doing. So that's why, like, I'll start playing guitar or practicing or writing, and he'll come walking up with the acoustic, and I'll be like, "All right, check this out." And I'll show him this or that, and he likes the fact that he can replicate certain things that he hears.
That's awesome. That really is awesome. I love seeing kids get into music like that. And
Yeah.
so now we mentioned that the influence of the ska and all that, but do you just try to like do you put on a Goldfinger CD and just go, dude, you gotta listen to this one? Because that's what I do. I'm like, dude, you gotta
Oh,
hear this one.
sometimes.
He's 26 now, but he's got his own music. Thankfully, his tastes are punk and ska and hard rock. I didn't
Oh, win.
I didn't get into the whole Kanye West, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've got nothing against rap. I think you should enjoy all genres of music, but when you are just rap, you are. I think you're short-sighting yourself. If you're just rock, you're just short-sighting yourself because there's so much out there. Like I said, I like Carly Rae Jepsen. I also listen to Billy Joel. I mean, Garth Brooks. I mean, there's a little bit of everything there, and I think it really
Right.
bringing it full circle, it kind of comes through in No Lost Cause because in one of the songs, I can't think of which song specifically, maybe it was Fight Alone. It was like there's I picked out three genres of music. There's like punk, hard rock, and ska.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, I
what
try to do that on purpose.
do you? Is it to try to
Yes.
lure those three groups of people in, or is it just because you love those genres and that's what you'd like to hear?
Mainly because it's what I'd like to hear, but at the same time, I love hearing the contrast in different styles of music and how they can actually work together in one song. So, like the one song I think it's we heard earlier, "Where I Stand." When I think it's that one. When you play that one, you'll hear it's punk, but then there's a breakdown that's almost it borderlines on like a metalcore breakdown sounding kind of thing. 'Cause there's some dissonant chords in there and things like that.
Yeah, and like the song, I'm coming all not break me down. What is it? Oh, this is gonna kill me. Are we doing another break, Aaron?
No,
This is it.
yeah.
Talk amongst.
No weapon, maybe.
What?
No weapon.
He's no weapon. Lay me down, break me down.
Oh, this is good radio.
Isn't it? It's horrible. I hate when I do this, but I off the cuff. I'm like, I was listening to it this morning when I was in the shower, and I was like, you're hard, and then it breaks into this slow ska little break for the chorus, and then it kicks back into the hard. And
Oh, slow it down.
slow it down. Thank you.
That only took 15
Yeah, slow it down.
Yeah. And I guess I should have guessed that, right?
Yeah.
Slow it down, and I'm sitting here talking about slowing it down. All right, but your music does that, and that's what's cool about No Lost Cause. I think is you start out with a ska song and the horns and everything, and then before you know it, you're in the middle of a punk song, and
Yeah,
very cool. So when you
yeah, I love seeing those kind of genres work hand in hand together. It's great.
yeah, so when are you throwing the country
I'm not sure. My old drummer, he loves country. Gene.
Oh, really? Well, you can work that out. That would be really cool.
I'm a huge Darius Rucker fan, and Dave gives me a hard time about Darius Rucker because he's kind of country now.
I think he's very talented. It's an easy target. Darius Rucker and Hootie and the Blowfish. And Aaron's like,
You know what blew me away the other day? You remember a band named Lit? They had a song called My Own Worst Enemy.
yeah,
I mean, you couldn't miss it back in the day.
right.
It was everywhere. Somebody showed me recently one of their newer songs, and that old song, "My Own Worst Enemy," was like totally like I guess a pop punk energetic song, and all their music at the time was. And someone just showed me this new song, and it was pure country. I was like, wow, it was like the biggest change.
That's crazy. What do you think? Seriously, what do you think about bands that do that? Because I get a little disappointed when I like. I'll just use for example because we were watching a Woodstock '99 documentary the other night.
I was there.
Were you? Oh man, I gotta talk to you. You gotta come back on when we talk about Woodstock '99. There's a documentary on HBO about Woodstock '99, and Kid Rock was on, and my wife said, is he still really doing that rock rap type of stuff? And I went, well, I call him Kid Country now because a lot of the stuff
Yeah, yeah.
country style, and it's disappointing because that first album was so great. I mean, beginning to end, so great, and then
Hmm.
it's like he sold out. And I don't have a problem with an act selling out because that's what you're in it for is to make money. But I don't know. What do you think about bands that do something like that? Just totally go off the rails in the other direction.
I think like if you do it early on in your career, it's fine. But if you're like 4 or 5 albums deep and all of a sudden you go ahead and you switch it up like that, I would at least like change the name or something like that. Like with No Lost Cause, I with what I'm going to be putting out with Ruled Out, I wouldn't have called that No Lost Cause anymore because you too much associate it with the punk and the ska sound. So
Right.
uh,
It's like do a side project. We were talking. We got Harry sitting here. I know you can't see us, but we were talking about this yesterday with Nikki Sixx and Motley Crue when he brought John Corabi in, and it totally changed the sound of the band. And it was like, dude, you could have just kept Vince Neil and done this as a side project, and you would have kept all the fans, and they would have loved the whole thing. But instead,
yeah,
kicked him out, called this Motley Crue. It sounded nothing like Motley Crue, even though it was a great album, and it upset the fans, and at the same time turned people off to John Corabi, who's a super talented rocker. And it
right.
makes sense, and I think he would admit that now that it was a mistake.
Yeah, that's the way you should go about it. I think anyway. It's my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted an opinion from a rocker. Someone who's actually in a band. I'm not in a band,
Well,
so
it's sort of like when Sammy Hagar came to Van Halen. A lot of people were like, they ought to change the name because David Lee Roth is not there. And so,
Yeah, but
but it was Van Halen.
yeah,
It's a different instance.
that's one of those questions. I'll ask you: David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar, Van Halen?
I still go with Roth.
See, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. But I go Van Hagar. I like Sammy Hagar better, and I just
Yeah.
more to the music. But
Mhm.
the correct answer, if we were taking a test and it was being scored, the correct answer is DLR. Would fail, But that goes back to the music being subjective. Yeah, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
So how can our audience get your new album, new project?
We're up on all digital retailers pretty much, and I have a No Lost Cause has a big cartel that's set up that you can find through. We post it on the Facebook page quite a bit, or on the Instagram. Those are pretty much our two main social medias for the most part.
I like that word cartel.
Yeah.
Got a big cartel.
And the record label that the project is on?
We're on Thumper Punk Records.
And will the new project be on Thumper Punk?
We will see. I have to talk to David about that yet because I know that it's Thumper Punk's mainly for punk for the most part, and this is going to be a bit heavier style, so we'll see.
And I know you said you were going to take a break from No Lost Cause, but we will see more in the upcoming future, right?
Right, yeah, I got two small things that are in the works right now for No Lost Cause, and once those are done, I'm going to focus more on the ruled out side of things, and we'll see where things go from there. But yeah, definitely don't plan on retiring No Lost Cause anytime soon.
And will Ruled Out be doing a cover? Because you've done some great covers with No Lost Cause. You did Rick Ashley's
Never gonna give you up.
You did Toto Africa.
I
Mm,
got a suggestion.
Is Ruled Out.
I've got
doing a cover.
I've got a suggestion, Rob, and
what's that?
I can help you put this together. Sunseeds, Jesus is a friend of mine.
Oh, there you go.
We're gonna have Sal Polichetti on the show in a couple of weeks here. I'll tell him, man, No Lost Cause. Make that happen.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the plans right now for No Lost Cause, the two things that I have in the works at the moment are I'm planning on recording about three, and I'm hoping this comes to fruition, and I'm not just speaking dead air here, but three songs for a Christmas EP, and then the other idea I had in mind is to do a full album, and it's just going to be '80s covers for the most part. So
Nice. I like '80s covers.
Oh
I'm
man,
I'm a child of the '80s.
New Car has
yeah,
serious.
'80s. I love the '80s music, so it just feels good to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I throw this out because I'm looking for a home. I play a mean cowbell, Rob.
There you go.
Just keep that in mind. I don't mind making a tune.
It fits.
Everybody's always looking for that.
Hey, you can never have enough cowbell.
That's it.
All right.
But yeah, I'll definitely look to do some covers with Ruled Out for sure too.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
nice.
That was
Some
great.
harder covers too. Huh? Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So one last time because I'm very forgetful. Uh, when can we see something from Ruled Out?
Hopefully in the next month or two, I hope to release at least a single.
Nice. All right. Awesome. Let us know when you got that coming on, and
Will do.
we'll definitely throw it on the show for sure because I want to hear it.
Oh yes.
Rob, thanks
Sounds
for
good.
coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Good talking to you guys again.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
good to talk to you, and let's talk when you get some Ruled Out coming on.
That'd be great.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Thank you very much. It's the Rock Solid Musecast Experience. We're doing some No Lost Cause here,
Yeah,
Aaron.
Waywinker, one of my favorite songs on the new album.
There you go, brother.
And you can listen to it on the Musecast, or if you listen to the podcast version, you're hearing it too. So
Awesome. All right, thanks, Rob.
thank you very much.